Imagine sitting across from a woman who has spent her life in the spotlight, a woman who has seen it all, experienced it all, and understands the intricate dance of attraction better than most. Now, imagine her revealing to you a truth so profound, so counterintuitive, that it shatters everything you thought you knew about women, attraction, and how to truly captivate them. This isn't just another theory or some abstract idea, it's a raw, unfiltered insight into the nature of female desire, straight from someone who has lived it. And today, I'm going to share that insight with you. Let's cut straight to the heart of it. The man who is least affected by women is the one they chase the most. Let that sink in for a moment. If you're like most men, you've been fed a narrative your entire life. You've been told that if you just show a woman how much you care, if you prove yourself to her, if you treat her like a queen, she'll choose you. You've been told that being the nice guy is the key to winning her heart. But if you've lived any semblance of a real life, you've probably noticed something strange, something that doesn't quite add up. You've seen it time and time again. The guy who bends over backward for women, the one who's always available, always texting first, always there to listen to her problems, is the same guy who gets ignored. He's the one who ends up in the friend zone, the one who's left wondering what he did wrong. Meanwhile, the guy who seems indifferent, the one who doesn't chase, the one who doesn't overthink or overinvest, is the one who has women chasing him. And in some cases, it's even the guy who treats women poorly, the one who seems to care the least, who ends up with the most attention. Why is that? Why does it seem like the less you care, the more they do? The answer lies in a fundamental truth about human nature, one that has been shaped by thousands of years of evolution. Women don't just want a man, they want a valuable man. They want a man who has options, a man who doesn't need them. Think about it, even an average woman, in today's world, has an almost endless stream of options. Social media, dating apps, and the sheer accessibility of modern life have given women the ability to pick and choose from hundreds, if not thousands, of men. They are, in a sense, spoiled for choice. And when you're spoiled for choice, you don't settle for just anyone. You look for the best. You look for the man who stands out, the man who exudes value. And here's the kicker, value is demonstrated by indifference. When a man is unaffected by a woman's beauty, her mood swings, her tests, or her attention, it signals something powerful. It signals that he has options. It signals that he's not desperate. It signals that he's in control of his own life, his own emotions, and his own destiny. And that is irresistibly attractive. To understand why this is, we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. For thousands of years, women have been wired to seek out men who can provide security, resources, and protection. In the caveman days, the men who thrived were the warriors, the leaders, the risk-takers. These were the men who had the strength and the resources to protect their tribes, to provide for their families, and to ensure survival. And these were the men who got the women. But here's the thing, these men weren't sitting around thinking about women all day. They weren't obsessing over how to impress them or win their affection. They were focused on their mission, on survival, on power, on building something greater than themselves. Women were never their priority. Life was. And ironically, that's what made them so attractive. Their indifference to women wasn't a strategy, it was a byproduct of their focus on something bigger. And that focus, that sense of purpose, is what drew women to them. Fast forward to today, and those same instincts are still at play. Women are still wired to look for men who exude strength, independence, and emotional control. They're drawn to the man who is unaffected by their beauty, their moods, or their tests. Because a man who is unaffected signals power. He signals abundance. He signals that he has options. And in a world where women have so many options themselves, they want the man who stands above the rest. Let me give you an example from the animal kingdom. In a gorilla troop, there's always one dominant silverback. He's the leader, the alpha. And if you watch how he behaves, you'll notice something interesting. He doesn't chase the females. He doesn't beg for their attention. He doesn't follow them around or try to impress them. He simply sits in his space, fully in control, completely unbothered. And guess what? The females are drawn to him. They're drawn to him not because he's chasing them, but because his indifference signals power. It signals that he's the leader, that he's in control, that he's the one with options. Now, compare that to the younger, less dominant males in the troop. These are the ones who try too hard. They're always chasing the females, always trying to impress them. And what happens? They get ignored. They get no respect. They're lucky if they can sneak in and mate with a female when the silverback isn't looking, but for the most part, they're left on the sidelines, desperate and alone. The same dynamic plays out in the human world. The man who is emotionally controlled, who doesn't react. This isn't about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about understanding the fundamental nature of attraction and using that understanding to become the best version of yourself. It's about recognizing that the less you care, the more they will. It's about realizing that the man who is least affected by women is the one they chase the most. And when you truly internalize this, when you start living it, something incredible happens. Women start to notice you. They start to chase you. Because you're no longer the guy who's desperate for their attention. You're the guy who's focused on his own life, his own goals, his own mission. And that is the most attractive thing of all. So, take this insight and run with it. Stop chasing. Stop overthinking. Stop seeking validation. Focus on yourself, on your purpose, on your mission. Become the man who is unaffected, the man who is indifferent, the man who exudes value. And watch as the world, and the women in it, start to chase you. Because at the end of the day, it's always the man who cares the least who gets chased the most. And that, my friend, is the ultimate power move.